In a previous video, we ranked the design of every Generation 1 Pokemon. Now it's time to look at one of the most beloved eras as we rank every Pokemon from Generation 2. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ryan here from Game Essays. This channel is all about covering some of my favorite game series, including The Legend of Zelda and Pokemon. If you enjoy this content on the channel, I highly encourage you to both like and subscribe, as when we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to embarrass myself by learning to play the Ocarina, and I'm going to play some Zelda songs. It's going to be a lot of fun. But getting into today's video, we're looking at the design and ranking every Generation 2 Pokemon. As I said at the beginning, we did Generation 1 already. If you want to see that, go check that out. But let's take a look at Generation 2. There's a lot to get through, so we'll go pretty fast. Looking at Chikorita here, I'm going to say Chikorita is S tier. I think super cute. I love the design. But just super cute with the little leaf on the head. Really love it. Bayleaf, I think, is pretty awesome too. Not as, it doesn't have the cute factor, but not super cool factor either. But I do think Bayleaf's pretty good at an A. Meganium, I'm definitely not as big on, a little bit on the plain side. I feel like Meganium is still kind of cool though, so I'd say B tier. Cyndaquil has never really quite done it for me in the same way. I just don't find it as cute. I would say Cyndaquil's an A tier for me. Probably better than Bayleaf. Totodile, I'm going to skip right to Totodile and just say Totodile's S tier. And then Quilava and Typhlosion, again, probably on the B tier side for me. Yeah, pretty much. I've never been crazy about them. And then Croconaw, I'd even say is like a C, just not super interesting to me. And then Feraligatr, I would say, is like a B. These are probably the starters. Like, I do like the first forms a lot, but these are probably the starters I like the least of any generation. Don't at me. I mean, actually, yeah, you can leave a comment if you want to. That's what this is all about. But I like like I said, I like the first forms, but after that, it's a big drop off for me, to be perfectly honest. Sentret, I think, is pretty cute. I do like me some Sentret, so I'd say it's an A. Furret is all right. Although seeing it in Pokemon Snap recently is pretty cute to see it like running around. But I'd say Furret's a B. I know it's obnoxiously tall for some reason. Hoot, I've always kind of been about, a little meh about. And then Noctowls, I'd say like a C. Lediba is probably like a B. And then Ledian is probably like a D for me. I just don't really like the design at all. It's kind of weird to me. Spinarak and Ariados is they're both kind of like meh to me, C tier. Crobat though, Crobat is S tier. I love Crobat. It really makes, I think a lot of people were kind of indifferent about Zubat and Golbat, but then Crobat just it added something. Crobat hits different. You know what I mean? It added something to the line. Chinchou, I think is pretty cute. I would say it's like a B. Lantern, I know is actually pretty cool to use like in the games, but design wise, it's never been that great. In my opinion, I would say it's like a C. Pichu. Pichu's cute. I give it an A. I don't like it. I never like it as much as Raichu and Pikachu, but I feel like it's very unnecessary, but it's still cute. I gotta admit that. Cleffa, always kind of been meh on Cleffa. I give it a C. Igglybuff's definitely cuter. I would say it's a B. Togepi is S tier. Togepi is just adorable, right? Togetic, not as cool, and also not as cool as Togekiss either. So I would say Togetic is like, it's kind of a C tier for me, honestly. Natu is, I'd say Natu is like a B. It's pretty cute. Xatu is, I like the design of it. I'd say it's also a B. It's just really, really interesting. Mareep, adorable. I think Mareep, I would say, is A tier. Flaffy is pretty cool. I'd say Flaffy's more of a B, definitely the more forgettable version. I'm going to leave out Megas. I realized I put a Mega here. Ampharos I think is really cool. I would say Ampharos is an A tier as well. Blossom, unnecessary in my opinion, but still a interesting design, I think, and it's cool enough. I would say it's a B. Meryl, aka Pika Blue, I do like. I'd say Meryl's an A. What is it? Azumarill though, I'm not as big on. I would say it's like a C. Sudowoodo I like a lot. I would actually say Sudowoodo is an A. Politoed, not as big on Politoed. Something I often forget about Politoed, but design, it's interesting enough. I'd say it's a B. Hoppip, Skiploom, and Jumpluff are just, I don't really care. Like Hoppip, I'll give a C, but I think Skiploom is really ugly. Jumpluff, I'll probably give a C as well. But yeah, Skiploom, I just really don't like the look. Let's see. Why am I forgetting his name? Oh my god. I'll come back to him because I can't think. It's not is it? It's Apom. Okay. Never mind. Apom. I like monkeys, but this one, yeah, the hand thing, it's definitely better than Ambipom. But still, I've never been too big on Apom. I like Mankey more. I don't know why, but yeah, I give Apom a C. Sunkern I think is pretty cute. Sunkern I would give a B, but Sunflora is a D. I just really, it seems like it just doesn't seem like Pokemon was really at their finest when they made Sunflora. Yanma's alright, not as cool as Yanmega, but it has kind of a cuteness to it, so I'd say it's like a higher on the like C tier. Wooper is an A, and Quagsire is also an A for me. They're both, cute and goofy. They got so much personality in them. I really like it. Espeon, I mean, everyone loves the evolutions. Espeon's never been my favorite though, but still cool. So I'd say Espeon is an A. We all know Umbreon is S tier like prime. Murkrow, I actually really like a lot. I think not as much as I like Honchkrow, but I think Murkrow is definitely an A tier for me. Slowking, I really love the design of Slowking. I think Slowking's like an A for me. I also like Misdreavus a lot. Misdreavus, not as much. I don't think it's A tier, but I think it's like a high B for sure. Unknown, they had a mystique to them in Pokemon Go. I will say that because of how rare they are, but otherwise they're pretty forgettable. But Pokemon Go kind of makes me want to elevate them just because of how rare they are. But I guess it'd be like high on the C tier. Wobbuffet, I think Wobbuffet's got to be an A. It's just got so much personality. Certainly the anime helped a lot. Girafarig, always kind of forgettable for me, but not terrible. I guess it's in the C tier. Pineco and Fortress, I've just never cared about, and I'll just put them in C tier. The shinies are a little cool. Dunsparce is such a strange Pokemon, but I don't know, there's something about it I kind of like, but it's so useless. It at least gets a C tier. Gligar is pretty cool. Is it the coolest thing? No, but I think it's like a B tier. Steelix, I think Steelix is pretty awesome. I still think like Onix overall, I like the design more, but I think Steelix is definitely at least A tier. Snubbull, for me, I really like Snubbull a lot. A tier. Granbull though, Granbull's kind of D tier. It really falls off. I love Snubbull, but just don't really like Granbull. Quillfish is also just one of those Pokemon I never cared about. D tier. Scizor is cool. Scizzor's kind of B. I know a lot of people like Scizor, but Shuckle's A tier for me. I don't know why, but it's just the goofy design, the ridiculous stats. There's just something really fun about it. Heracross I also like a lot as well. I would say Heracross is A tier. It's really like a fun, cool bug Pokemon to use. Sneasel, I also really like a lot, and I would say A tier. I know a lot of people would probably put Sneasel in the S tier. He's not quite S tier for me, but definitely A tier. Teddy Ursa and Ursaring, both of these I do like. I would say they're B tier for me. And then we have Slugma and Maccargo. Not as big on them, but they're not terrible. Slugma is definitely, both of them probably C tier for me. Swinub I think is super cute, so I would say Swinub is an A. Pillow-Swine, not as big on the design. Obviously, when it evolves in Gen 4, I think it's a lot cooler, so I'd say Pillow-Swine's like a C. Useful, it was useful in Pokemon Go, especially pre-Gen 4. Corsola, this is another one where Pokemon Go kind of upped my interest, and sorry for if you hear the emergency vehicle going by. This is one where, like I said, the Pokemon Go, with it being a regional, it made me more interested in it, but yeah, and they made it more interesting, obviously, in Sword and Shield, but I'd say Corsola, it's weird, and I saw the new Pokemon Snap how it moves. It kind of freaks me out a little bit, though. It's still a B, though. Remoraid and Octillery. Remoraid's pretty boring, honestly. I'm going to say Remoraid's like a D. I did a video about their original designs, which would have been way more cool. Octillery, I think, is a little bit cooler. I'd say it's a C tier. Delibird, I've always been a fan of Delibird, so I would say Delibird's an A for sure. Skarmory, I think, is also really cool, and that goes in the A tier. Not S tier, but A tier. Mantine, I've not ever really cared about too much, but not terrible, so I'd say a C tier. Then we have Houndour and Houndoom. I think both of those I do like. I'd put them both up in A tier. Kingdra is more of a B tier for me. Phanpy, I think, is adorable. Phanpy, for real, S tier. Super cute elephant. Donphan, still pretty cool, but not the design I'm not as crazy about, so I'd say it's a B tier. Stantler, never really cared too much, so I would say Stantler's like D tier for me. Porygon 2, I've always liked the original Porygon the most. Porygon 2's okay. I do like the lore behind it. For that, I'd say it goes in the B tier. Smeargle, S tier. I love both the design of it and the whole concept just behind him. So Smeargle, really, really love. Tyrogue. Tyrogue is probably like a C tier for me, and Hitmontop is also a C tier. I love Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, but Tyrogue and Hitmontop just never hit the same way. Smoochum, never big on Smoochum. I think that's D tier. Elekid's kind of cool, so B tier. And Magby is C tier for me. I'm not huge on the baby Pokemon, if you haven't noticed. Miltank, I do like a lot. A tier. Blissey, Pokemon Go, used to be the gym champion of champions. But I do like some Blissey. I think Blissey's A tier. It was I don't think Chansey needed an evolution, but hey, they did one. And there you go. So now we're getting into the legendaries and the pseudo legendaries. Like I said, I am skipping the megas. Whenever I get to Gen 6, we can talk megas. Raikou. I think Raikou design. Remember, we're talking design. But again, I do say things like Pokemon Go kind of ups my favorite sometimes, or using them in playthroughs, but still kind of mostly looking at design here. I think Raikou is an A. I know a lot of people do like Raikou, but an A, I think, is a solid rating. And then Entei, I would also say A. Both, these two legendary beasts, I think they're really cool, but are they my favorite? No. But Suicune, the design of Suicune is just so slick. I don't know what it is. It's just like very beautifully designed, and that is S tier for me. Suicune, 100% S tier. Then we get to the pseudo-legendary Tyranitar. So we got Larvitar here. I think Larvitar is an A. Pupitar, it's the necessary middle form, but it's just not that exciting. It's like a C. It's there, but we all know Tyranitar, man. You get your T-Tars, your army of T-Tars in Pokemon Go. Great to get. You can't get it till post-game in, Gold and Silver and Heart Gold, Soul Silver, but still, everybody loves Tyranitar, man. So Tyranitar is awesome. Lugia. Now, yeah, we talked about the legendaries, man. Gen 2 has some great legendaries. Lugia, obvious S tier. Up, right up there with Umbreon, maybe even cooler than Umbreon. And I love me some Ho-Oh too. Ho-Oh, I think that first episode of the Pokemon anime and the mystery and finding out it was Ho-Oh, it's always added to that mystique. And I do love the design of Ho-Oh. Much cooler Firebird than Moltres, in my opinion. Really, really awesome. And then we get finally to the mythical Pokemon, Celebi. I do like me some Celebi a lot. I think Celebi is also in the S tier for me. So there we go. I sped through Generation 2, but those are my favorite designs. So just recapping S tier, we have Ho-Oh, Lugia, Umbreon, Chikorita, Totodile, Crobat, Togepi, Phanpy, Smeargle. We have Suicune, we have Tyranitar, and we have Celebi. And then here are the rest. So that is going to do it for my Generation 2 tier list. I'm sure I will do Generation 3 at some point, but thank you guys so much for watching. And for more Pokemon content, more Zelda content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.